Hey guys, Arioch with you here, and welcome to another edition of Off the Cuff. Today we're going to be looking at the swing-through handcuffs. This was a special request from the forum. Somebody asked me if we could actually take a look at the modern swing-through handcuffs. Now, I said okay, but there's a lot of ground to cover on here because they've been making them since 1912. So we're just going to go and start at the beginning. The first patent for a swing-through cuff was by a guy named Carney, and that was in 1912. But there's some speculation as to whether he actually made a working model of them. As far as I know, he didn't. But anyway, in 1912, later in that year, we had these. Now they're manufactured by the Peerless Company. I mean, the patent is held by the Peerless Company, but they were manufactured by Smith & Wesson. See? Now, it may seem strange that Smith & Wesson and Peerless worked together in the manufacture of these cuffs, but it actually made sense because Smith & Wesson had all the equipment needed to make the little teeny tiny parts and the precision machine work to make the handcuffs work. Now, almost a few years later, after 1912, they started to improve on the design. So then other patents, they reapplied and everything in like 1915 and so on and so on, and then the explosion happened. All kinds of handcuff manufacturers started taking the swing-through design and just changing it a little bit here and there and making their own versions of the swing-through, but the principle's the same, okay? In the swing-through, the bow, that's this part with the teeth, can go all the way through. Hence the name swing-through. Can go all the way through, and that way the cop can carry it unlocked in his pocket until he needs to. He doesn't have to unlock the cuff to open it and then to apply it to the wrists. Unlike, say, the bean cuffs. Now you remember we saw them in an earlier episode. Now they have the locking button here, so they can be carried unlocked, but it can't swing through and adjust to the wrist. Okay, say that button accidentally got set while the cop was carrying the handcuff. He would have to unlock it first before he could apply it to the guy's wrist. Okay, so that's where the swing through mechanism is just such a great advance in design for handcuffs and restraints, especially from the cop's point of view. And that meant that they sold a bunch of them, and that everybody wanted their piece of the pie. These were the first models, the 1912. Then, like I said, pretty soon after they came. See, this one actually has the logo on it. You notice the earlier models didn't. These are the early Peerless. There's the original patent date, February 20th for the design, 1912, and then November 30th, 1915, which was just an internal mechanism improvement. Now this pair here came in a darker finish. They would come in gun blue eventually, and just different types of steel, nickel plating, what have you. These I actually got from a guy. These were used in Sing Sing prison. Okay, and notice the key to the cuff. See, it has the little flag. It's a solid key, but it also has that little nub there because the keyhole went straight through the body of the cuff. Okay. Well, since they were introduced in 1912, it seems like every country on earth and every handcuff company you can imagine has made their own versions of the swing-throughs. Here's just a few of them. JP cuffs made in Spain. Other Spanish cuffs. EICs. More modern Smith & Wesson with a barrel key. No name garbage cuffs. Flea market special. Fury cuffs. with a flat key, and a whole bunch of other things going on there. Cuffs from Korea. Even more modern Smith & Wessons, different type of double lock feature. Hinged but swing through. British Hyatts with plastic solid bodies. Hyatt 1960s on a bar. Russian swing throughs. Nasty looking. Czechoslovakian. Arioch company. Probably not saying that right. American munitions. Probably like 1930s. Star cuffs. They're particularly nasty. They have a wheel inside. This pair actually was given from a cop who said I could keep them if I could get out of them. So he searched me the whole 9 yards, and when he put them on my wrists, he pinched my skin in there, and I bled like crazy. There was blood all over the place, but I got the cuffs. Smith & Wesson high securities on a long chain. Peerless leg irons. Smith & Wesson leg irons. Notice the difference. The Smith & Wessons have this wacky shoulder thing. Romo. Smith & Wesson hinged. Monstrous Clicciuso. These are really cool. Strauss handcuffs from the 30s. Harvard Lock Company handcuffs. Still ratcheting, still swing. Sorettes. Even France had their own type of swing throughs. These have a really neat double lock. Same thing, long chain, but busted. Same thing, long chain, but not busted. Hyatts on a belly chain. Peerless. Super high security. And they're orange. These take a really nasty. HWCs. Super K cuffs. They look like toys, but they're not. This is gonna be a lot of fun to edit, let me tell you. Chinese brass handcuffs. Notice instead of teeth, they have holes in them. More Smith & Wesson maximum securities with really neat looking key. Hyatts with the big hinge, but it looks neat. Hyatts from the 1970s. Hyatt Ultimate hinged folding cuffs that, when unfolded, stay rigid. Tri-lock cuffs. Great plastic. Their big selling point is that you can put them in an autoclave, I think it'll disinfect them. Smith & Wesson. High security, but not maximum security. Another pair of Smith & Wesson hinge. From overseas, they used swing through too, because a good design is a good design. Litze. And you could put a padlock through there for added security. Und. Auf Hamburg? Yeah, I know. AW Nazi. With a unique little sliding button locking feature there. Older Clicciuso. Notice the linkage. Compare the shapes. French La Maisonnette. Teeny keyway. Teeny key. Or from Czechoslovakia. La Peggy. Right now Mark is in his glory. Deutsche Polizei from Germany. Very similar to the Bakken. And these guys I got in Indy that don't swing through. I just wanted to show them to you. Later on, the Germans made them so that they could go through. Long chain. And it went on and on and on. Is that when the cuff can swing through, be carried unlocked, doesn't take up much room in the cop's pocket or in his case, too much weight on the belt. It just makes life easier for him. And a good design sticks around. The Hyatt snap shut Derby cuffs were a great design because they're still being used today, but they weren't adjustable all the time. These are. And that's why police departments the world over since 1912, at the time of this video, 102 years, have been using it. It's because it works. And ultimately, that's what matters. So basically, swing through cuffs come in all shapes, all sizes, and for your legs, for your arms. They come in belly chains, they're used for transport, they're used for just about everything. Everything that law enforcement needs, those cuffs are used for. But today, they're starting to go a little bit for the flex cuffs. Actually a lot. But I'm not really talking about flex cuffs and things. I'm more into the mechanical ones. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Off the Cuff. And hey, don't forget, subscribe, share, check out Magic Mondays, and please tell all of your friends.